Have you ever wanted to like read a book but you didn't have the time, or you just couldn't do it, but you wanted to in theory, or you kind of wanted to for whatever reason or another, but you just couldn't bring yourself to do it? Even audiobooks, take time and dedication. But something that I learned recently that I feel like I should share with people because this is totally going to be a thing. I call it future reading. Because, okay, I saw Charlie Kirk in one of these videos. He says, read 100 books a year. And at first, that kind of sounds like a lot. But I know how you could totally do that, or even actually go past that. And so, future reading. So, if you have a book that you want to read, all you have to do is take the name of it and the author, and then go on ChatGPT or one of these AI things. And so, first of all, okay, I know that everybody's mad at all these AI things, and I get it. I know that AI is like, whatever. But at the same time, it is good for certain things. And I'd say that this specific thing, it's actually like super good for. Looking up specific things is kind of like what you should like kind of use it for. People are using it for all these dumb, ridiculous things, and then they're surprised that it's giving these weird results. But it's just like, just use it for something normal. You know what I mean? It's really good with like books and stuff because all these books are online, and so all you gotta do, you don't even need an account for any of these AI things. You just go on there and you just type in the name of the book and you type in the author, and then you just say, can you summarize this book for me? And then what I suggest doing is whatever reason you want to read the book, or like any questions that you have, put that in there. If you want to read the book because you hope that it says something about something, you can just ask that directly. Say, hey, does this book say anything about blah blah blah? Or what does this say about blah blah blah? And you can like have a conversation about the book with the AI, and it's like it knows the book. So yeah, you can read like several books a day that way because you just get the summary and you get everything out of it that you want to know. You can literally like get all your questions about the book answered by AI. It's kind of crazy. Like you can literally just extract all the knowledge from the book like just instantly without having to read it. And so I think that's pretty cool. And but what if you want to read the book? What if you want to go through the whole thing? Or what if it's a story where you have to actually feel the words? And what if you've got to go through the... And so, okay, you can still read the book, though. You know what I mean? You can obviously still read books. I'm just saying, if you ever just want to, like, you know what I mean? It's useful. This is useful. So I kind of just realized that some of you are probably confused about this. And so what I mean is, like, there's probably people out there that are like, well, how would that help with like Lord of the Rings? Oh, it's gonna just summarize Lord of the Rings for me? Like, what fun is that? Like, I just read the book. Or it's not like it could summarize an entire algebra textbook or any school books. Like, oh, summarize this biology. Like, it's obviously not for things like that. And okay, so I realized that maybe it is a very specific kind of use case. But so what I've been doing is, a prime example is there's like infinite books on Buddhism, right? Or things like Islam. There's like infinite books on all topics just about, which means that there's endless opinions and stories and things about it. And they come from all these different people. And it's like, I wish I could read them all, but it's like, who has the time? But sometimes you just see a book and or you're just interested in a topic and you see that there's a book about it and you want to read it. Or you're like, I wonder if this is called this because it has to do with blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, for instance, I'll be looking at random stuff like Buddhism. I'll be looking at Google images of Buddhist stuff, trying to find a picture for something. And one of the pictures will be like a book cover. And then I'll be like, I wonder what that book's about, because it'll be related to what I'm looking at. And so I'll ask, hey, does this book talk about blah, blah, blah? Or what does this person think about blah, blah, blah? Like, what is their opinion on this? And what did they have to say about it? And yeah, I feel like that's what he meant by read 100 books a year, is kind of his point with that is just keep learning. Try to learn something every day. And when you read a book, you learn something. Like every book teaches you something. But I'm just saying you can learn what each book has to teach you without having to read it nowadays. Because the AI, it's like having a conversation with somebody that's read the book. You can interrogate him about it and you can ask him whatever. So even for things like Lord of the Rings or like Harry Potter, you could be like, hey, does Ron Weasley die in this whole series? And it can tell you. Like, it knows. It knows the book inside and out, which is kind of a crazy, useful thing, that it can just analyze these books and scan it and then have a conversation with you about it. Like, that's almost miraculous. And so I'm thinking we should utilize that, or at least I'm going to utilize it. This has been my way of getting information out of books, or like reading books and getting the knowledge that normally you have to read the book to get. But yeah, you can stack up knowledge. 10 books is like 10 lessons. Oh, but that'll take me like a year to read those. Oh, but you can do that in like a day now with AI. You can extract all of the knowledge from all those books or all the questions that you have. You can read the whole book and there's like 4 pages of insight in the whole thing, or it answers one question, or it teaches you like 3 things. And like you spend all the time reading the book and going through the whole thing just to learn the one thing. And so I'm saying when it's a case like that, when you're just trying to get something out of a book, you can just do it with AI now. And so, yeah. Some people should find that useful for something, I imagine. I've been finding it useful. And AI is only going to get better at these things. So, and people that question AI, think about a calculator. Calculator is the most basic AI, right? When you have a math problem or question, you always go to your calculator, I imagine, right? I always do. Oh, do you question your calculator? Every time it spits out an answer, do you question it? Are you like, I should double check that? No, you don't. Because you know that the calculator's right? Like you don't ever question the calculator, like it's for sure right. And so that's how AI is with certain things though, because that's what AI is. Oh, we now have like that calculator to where you can just type in numbers and it shits out an answer magically. Oh, you can now do that, but with just like everything. Yeah. Anyways, have fun with that. I don't know. Just figured I'd share that. Be nice to each other. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. Deuces. This is useful.